And some of them have been touched on previously in terms of data file transfer and software versioning and all that stuff. I probably have 8 versions of QuickBooks on my computer right now. Still have people bringing them in on the USB drive, or sending it through our secure file transfer system, restoring the software and all that. And you can spend 20 minutes just getting ready to work on a customer, and then that's just lost time. So that was definitely a pain point. So this just goes away. It's a non-issue when you're in the cloud. So that's at least one of them. The other one is the software design for me. Again, design is a big thing for me, and a lot of times, I think even last year, the year before, I took it out. When I have to come up with so many workarounds to get the software to do what it should do, I start to ask myself, is that saving me time or not? And a lot of times, I feel like as Xero developers, they take the time to figure out that and to make something that works, so that it is actually saving you time instead of just using time. You probably, I don't know, maybe you have them too. Those how-to workaround tips and tricks. And it's like, why don't we need that? Why doesn't the software do what we need it to? So those are some pain points that we look to solve the cloud.
Again, one of the pain points for me was, having those 8 versions of the software on my system. And also, having something that was Mac friendly, because I use all Apple products. I have my iPad and my iPhone too. But making sure that something was available that they could see and I could see at the same time was really important. One of the other pain points I'd say that customers coming to us from other systems have had is just that they can't see what's going on. And because if they're not reconciling their transactions themselves on a constant basis and they need help with that, they have to send you the files, every week, every day, and that would, like you said, take a lot of time that a lot of accountants aren't willing to give, or because you're billing hourly, the client doesn't want to send them to you more often to be able to kind of work with them consistently.
Yeah. Something else that I think, just a trend personally, with the whole desktop software environment, it's sort of moved the location of the accounting action from the accountant's office to the customer's office. And it left our hands. And so what happened is that it then got all messed up. And then we became sometimes I say the garbage cleaners. We became the come by and let's clean up the mess that you created. And personally, I don't enjoy that part of the accounting. With our customers, we get we'll do that once, at the beginning, we'll get you cleaned up, but I don't want to perpetuate a system that merely creates messes that we have to continue to clean up. That there's no joy in that for me or for our team. And so the desktop environment sort of had that type of dynamic. What the cloud allows to do, it allows us to take responsibility again for the accounting side, to create the structure and to be able to jump in and out as needed to keep that ball rolling in the right direction. So for our firm, we're not necessarily doing the day-to-day bookkeeping. We work with some bookkeepers, and maybe it's simple enough. But we can create the framework, and we can collaborate with them and make sure things just stay on the right path. And so we're able to take responsibility again for what they hired us to do. For the accounting side of the picture, they don't have to be accountants to get the software to work. And that's a lot more enjoyable. There's a lot less pain in that type of relationship, and that's what we want.